Welcome, my name is Tennessee. Today I'm going to bring you a yen focused class. So really focusing in on the hips and the low back to help kind of alleviate any tension you're holding on to the small of your back and the back of your legs. Really kind of open that up and help open in or balance into the second chakra, your sacral. So your second chakra is the space associated to your emotional space. So it's your I feel space where you house emotions, desires, sexuality, also known as your mother womb. So when we open up into the hips and the low back, or we feel tension into the hips and the low back, that is typically a blockage into the second chakra, which means that we're not associating to our feelings or those emotions. It can often make you emotional when we twist or when we hold those postures a little bit longer, and that's okay. So just kind of be in your body and allow whatever comes up to come up. Really focus on bringing awareness into the body, out of your head, bringing that focus inward so that you're able to clear out any stuck energy that you're holding on to in those areas. With that said, I always start my classes with a chakra clearing. If you don't know what chakras are, there's 7 energy sources throughout your body. They start at the base of your spine and they work their way up through the crown of your head. So I just want you to check in, notice what feels good, notice if any discomfort's getting out of your head and into your body, whether that be through the posture or your breath. So today we are going to start on our backs today. But first, if you have blocks, please feel free to use your blocks, or if you have a bolster, you can also use your bolster. But if you don't have anything around the house, that is totally fine. You can do these postures without any equipment as well. However, if you want to use something, you can use books. You can also use pillows to help guide you. You can use anything that kind of brings the earth up to allow you to kind of melt into it. With that said, let's start on our backs today. You can bring your soles of your feet together, knees out wide, coming into your Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined butterfly. So again, if you have your blocks, you can place those underneath your knees. If you have a bolster, you can place it underneath your thighs, whatever feels good for you. And then just work your way all the way down. Just kind of settle in. Make yourself as comfortable as possible, releasing any tension through the upper body, just kind of melting into your mat. You're going to be here for the first few minutes of class. So go ahead and inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. See if you can surrender a little bit further into your body, releasing any tension in through your hips, your low back, your upper body, your shoulders, your neck, your head, your jaw. Now this time, inhale through your nose. Find a constriction in the back of your throat and just exhale through your nose. This is your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhaling through your nose and then exhaling through your nose. See if you can make your inhale the same length as it is your exhale with the same intensity. I want you to carry this breath throughout your practice today, through each posture, through each movement as we go through. Your Ujjayi Pranayama helps to calm the nervous system, helps to kind of slow down into the parasympathetic and releasing your sympathetic. So this time, try to bring your focus into your body, all the way to the base of your spine, to your root chakra, your first chakra. This is your I am space, your foundation, your safety, your security. This is where everything starts. Now just check in. Notice what feels good. Notice if any discomfort. On your inhale, bring your focus, your energy, awareness into your second chakra, the space below your belly button, your sacral. Your I feel space, where you house your emotions, your desires, your sexuality, also known as your mother womb. Now slowly start to draw your energy up into your third chakra, the space above your belly button, your solar plexus. This is your I do space. This is where your drive, your focus, your power all lie. Now slowly work your energy up into your fourth chakra, your heart. Your I love space, space of relationships, self-acceptance, and unconditional love. Now start to move your energy into your 5th chakra, your throat. Your eyes speak space, space of communication, your truth. Now draw your energy up into your 6th chakra, the space just between your eyebrows, your eyes see space, your space of intuition, your 3rd eye. And then finally, take your focus, your energy awareness all the way above your head to your 7th chakra, your crown chakra. Your I understand space, your path to enlightenment. Now I want you to draw your energy all the way down to the base of your spine and then inhale it through the 7 chakras through the crown of your head. Notice if anything gets stuck, of any discomforts, or if it feels good. Work to bring your focus, your energy, your awareness to those areas throughout your class today. One big clearing breath in. Audible exhale, let that go. Nice work, guys. Flutter your eyes open. Just hug your knees up into your chest. Finding Banarasana, wind relieving pose. Now just stay here. You can rock side to side, left to right. Try to keep your tailbone grounding down and extending through your spine, so pulling the back of your neck down without constricting your breathing. You have one more breath. Now just slowly lower the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Your knees are up. Now this time, take your left ankle on top of your right knee, left ankle on top of right. Find a reclined figure 4, so hug your right knee up into your chest. Now you can flex your left toes back towards your shin and pull your left knee forward. You can relax your right foot. You can also just release any tension through your legs. You should feel this stretch out through your outer left hip, into the glute, into the hammy tie-in. Again, drawing the shoulders away from your ears, just kind of melting into your upper body. We're trying not to create any tension into the body, allowing you to surrender, release, and relax. Now you have an option to stay where you're at, or you can take your left elbow to the inside of your left knee or your left hand and just gently press it out, adding a little bit more intensity into the stretch. Now slowly lower your right sole of your foot down and just take the sole of your left foot over to the right side of your mat, finding an easy supine twist. So landing the sole of your foot down, allow your right knee to fall, keep your left knee up, and then just draw your shoulders back and down. You want to keep your shoulders grounding here. You have an option to bring your arms out to a T. Take your gaze to your left. You can bring your arms into a cactus if that feels better. Always bringing your focus back into your breath, using your breath on your inhale to lengthen and then exhale to deepen. See if you can get a little bit further into the twist or into that stretch. Inhale, slowly come all the way back into your midline. Plant the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones, knees are up. And then just switch it out. Take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Find your reclined figure 4. So go ahead and hug your left knee up into your chest. Option again to relax your feet, relax your knee. You can flex your right toes back, pull your right knee forward for a deeper expression. Also, if this is too much to grab your shin, you can always grab underneath your thigh. Just draw your shoulders away from your ears, breathe. Another option is place your hand on your knee, push it forward. Slowly release and just plant the sole of your left foot down to your mat. Take the sole of your right, draw it over to your left side, finding the easy supine twist. Again, option bringing arms out to a T, gaze to your right hand, option to come into a cactus. Feel free to add any movement you need here to try to see if you can get a little bit deeper. One more breath. I'll slowly start to release, unbind. Come all the way back into your midline. Hug both knees into your chest. Reach this time for opposite elbows. Finding Apanasana when relieving pose. Breathe, don't hold your breath. You can rock side to side, left to right, do what feels good for you in your body. Keep pulling the back of your neck down. Now this time, just rock and roll forward and back. Cross your ankles, and then come all the way onto your belly. So plant your hands and send your feet back behind, lower all the way down. Bring your forearms down to your mat, fingers are spread wide. Untuck your toes, ground through the tops of your feet, through your hip bones, finding Sphinx pose. Inhale, take your gaze straight ahead as you draw your shoulders back and down. Now if this is too much for you, once again, you can take your block, you can place it underneath your chin and just kind of settle in. Try not to hunch up here though, try not to pull your shoulders up. Allow them to melt down and back. You should feel that stretch through your low back. You can also add in some neck circles here, tucking the chin in, taking your ear over to your left, back through your midline over to your right. One more breath. Now, option to stay where you're at. Another option is just to bend your knees and send the soles of your feet up to the ceiling. You can flex your toes back towards your shin. You can feel that in your upper thighs. It's a little more deeper into the low back. go ahead and take your elbows out to the side, come all the way down, chin down to the tops of your palm, or of your hands. And then just windshield wiper your feet back and forth, left to right, releasing that tension through the low back. Come all the way back to your midline. Lower the feet down to the back of your mat. Find a half frog pose. So again, your arms can stay where they're at. So you can put them up into a cactus. Take your right knee up in line with your right hip and your ankle in line with your knee. You can flex your toes back towards your shin. The goal here is to pull your right hip down towards your mat. So feel that stretch into the groin. If you need some assistance, you can place a block underneath your knee for a deeper expression. And then again, pull the hip back down. Always focusing in on your breath. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen. With each exhale, see if you can pull your hip bone a little down or further down, just a little bit more. Give one more breath. Now go ahead and release. Gently take the knee or the block out from under your knee. And then just switch it out. Bring your left knee up in line with your left hip. Your ankle is in line with your knee. Option to flex your toes back. And then option for the block under your knee. Pull your left hip bone back down. Now again, you can also stay lifted into the upper body. You can place a block underneath your chin if that feels better for you. Just surrender into your upper body, creating as little tension as you can. Go ahead and give me one more breath here. Go ahead and remove your left block. Take it up to the top of your mat. Straighten out your left leg. Shake out the hips. Let that go. And then just shift your weight into a child's pose. So coming up onto your knees, sending your hips back and down, lengthening through your spine, drawing your third eye down. Now if this is too much, again, you can always take your block underneath your tailbone and just sit back onto your block. Even if you start with a block underneath your tailbone and you want to get a little bit deeper, you can start to remove your block and then just shift your hips down. You can take your knees out as wide as you need, or you can bring them in. Whatever feels good for you. You can reach, extend to the top of your mat. Maybe draw one ear down or the other, or come down to your third eye. Feel that deepening, the opening into the groin, into the low back. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, take your gaze to the top. Slowly work your way up. And then just come all the way onto your seat. Legs straight out in front of you. Now grounding in through your sitting bones, leg up, pulls into spine. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Pajama Tanasana, forward fold. So again, this is one of those extensive stretches that really stretches out through your hamstrings. So you can place your blocks wherever you need. If you've got one or two, you can find the stack here. Just place your forehead here and reach down. You can always bend your knees as much as you need to and just walk down the edges of your legs. Wherever you feel tension, just pause and breathe. Leading with your torso to the top of your thighs. Just allow that energy to pull you down. Inhale to lengthen, always exhale to deepen. See if you can go a little bit further. Try not to create any tension. We have one more breath. Inhale, slowly lift all the way up. Now this time, I'm going to show you deer pose. So I want you to go ahead and bend your right knee and send your right knee in line with your right hip. Ankle again is in line with your knee. It's kind of similar to what we did in frog pose. Just parallel your left shin to the top of your mat. Flex your toes back towards your shin to protect your knees. And then you're just gonna sit up tall. Now, you have options here, depending on what the goal here is. Some people like to forward fold all the way in front of their front thigh or front shin and work their way all the way down. Some people like to find a twist in their spine, walking their hands over to the outside of your left shin, of your left thigh, and walk your hands out that way. You can sit up tall, find a further or even deeper twist, taking your gaze towards the back wall. You can also go into all variations. So if you want to start here and come all the way down, again, you can place blocks underneath your forearm and then just start to work your way further down, extending your arms further. You can start here and hold. You just want to keep the knee in line with the hip and then try to pull or rotate your right hip down. Stay in one spot for a few seconds and then work your way over to your side to your twist. Again, try to activate the glute and then pull the hip down. Let that feel good. Twisting into the low back, into the hip, into the psoas. Again, you can also walk out and come all the way down to your forearms or extend further back and come all the way back down. One more breath. Whatever variation you're in, slowly work your way back to the top of your mat and then just switch it out. So parallel your right shin to the top of your mat, send your left leg back, keep your knee in line with your hip and then your ankle in line with your knee, flex your toes back towards your shin. Now inhale, reach arms all the way up. Exhale, find the forward fold. Walking your forearms down. Again, you have your option for your blocks. If you want to find the twist, so walking your hands to the outside of your right thigh and just sit up tall, or come all the way down to your forearms, extending further out, or just sit up tall and take your gaze back or walk back. You have so many options here. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen, whatever variation you're in. This is also really good for the sacral chakra to balance into that second chakra, the space below your belly button. Again, this is where we house your emotions. So if this is pretty intense for you and it starts to bring up some energy or it starts to move some stagnant energy through, that's totally normal. I want you to allow it to come up, allow it to move. That's just stuck energy that you've been holding on to for quite some time. That's often why some of these postures can be very emotional or very intense, and you're like, what is that? Why am I emotional? Why am I crying? Or why am I bringing up all of this stuff? That's totally normal. So allow that energy to move, let that feel good into the body. You have one more breath. We'll slowly start to face to the top of your mat. Come back into your midline. And this time just leave your right knee where it's at. Stack your left on top of your right, finding a Gomukhasana. I'm going to face you guys so you can kind of see the setup here. So you're stacking your knees. This is cow face pose. Grounding in through your sitting bones. So lengthening through your spine, sitting up tall. Now, you want your feet to be the same distance on each side of your thighs. So either in line with your hips or midway or in line with your knees, whatever feels good for you. Of course, the easiest option is to pull them back in line with your hips. But if you've got open hips and you're able to, bring them forward in line with your knees, you are more than welcome. I am not there yet. That's totally fine. So sit up tall, go ahead and inhale, and then exhale, find the forward fold. You can place your hands onto your feet and find the forward fold, creating pressure. You can also stay here. You can also just sit up tall. If this is too much for you, if this feels like you're really extending here, stay there. Otherwise, if you've got that forward fold, go ahead and create some pressure on top of the knees. You can walk your hands out and just kind of settle in. Allow the gravity to kind of pull you down. You place your chin onto your knees, let that feel good. You can go as deep as you need to here. I am probably tightest through my hips, just like everybody else. I do not have open hips. So some of these postures, man, it really takes me into it. I've got to really focus in and bring focus into my breath just to kind of get out of my head going, no, okay, enough, when are we done? Guys, give me one more breath here. Inhale, slowly lift back up, and then you're just going to switch it out. So just draw your left knee down, and then stack your right on top of your left. Again, you want your feet same distance on each side of the body, grounding it through the sitting bones, so make sure that both sitting bones are grounding down, not one lifting the other. And then sit up tall. Again, you can stay here and find that forward fold. Now, one side might be tighter than the other, and that is also totally normal. That's typically the case when it comes to yoga. You'll find that one side is more open than the other, and the other side you're just like, who are you? What are you doing? It can be very, very intense. So just kind of surrender, allow, drop in. Just give me one more breath. I'll slowly start to lift back up. And then exhale, I want you to come all the way, or actually bring the soles of your feet together. We're not gonna come down yet. So bring the soles of your feet together, bring your knees out wide, find a butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. Now you can just sit up tall and hold here. You can interlace your fingers to the blades of your feet. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower back down. You can also just sit your hands out. You can come all the way back onto your forearms. So kind of like how we started at the beginning of class, opening up here, lifting through the chest, finding a modified Supta Baddha, or just stay lifted and see if you can open up or draw the knees down a little further. You're Your hips should be a little more open than when we started with class. So you should be able to press down. You can always place your elbows on top of your knees and gently press down. Wherever you feel that tension, just pause and breathe. And lift back up if you need to, and just see if you can surrender a little more. Or again, just forward fold and breathe. All right, guys, slowly start to work your way back up. Now this time, come all the way onto your back. Now I want you to take your feet over to the right corner of your mat, and then pull your left hip over to your left side. Extend your arms above your head. You can bring your palms to touch and take your hands over to the right side of your mat. This is called Banarasana, or banana pose, creating a banana with the body, feeling that stretch through your left side, the left side of your body. Just surrender in, release, relax. Allow your thoughts to come and go. Bring focus into the body. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline, and then just draw your feet over to the left corner of your mat and your hands over to the left corner, top of your mat. Feel that stretch through your right side. Slowly come back into your midline. Now this time just spread your legs out wide, shake out the hips, draw your arms down, let that go. Feel that energy move through your body, allow it to release. And once you've settled in, find stillness and work your way into your final Shavasana. I want you to slowly bring your focus into your second chakra, your sacral. I want you to set the intention that we are in the same space, and that I am hovering my hands over your sacral chakra. I am bringing life force energy into your sacral, balancing your second chakra to its fullest state. I want you to imagine the brightest orange light you've ever seen, spinning, clearing, releasing any of those stuck emotions, any of that tension through your hips, through the low back. And I want you to imagine that bright light getting bigger and bigger, clearing and releasing. I want you to find that fullness into the sacral chakra. Fill that space with unconditional love. when you're ready, start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring life back into your body. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. When you're ready, come into a fetal position either on your right or your left side. Your right is your masculine energy, your left is your feminine. And then slowly work your way up to an easy seated pose, just crossing at your ankles, lengthening through your spine, sitting up tall. Inhale, arms reach all the way above your head. Take all that good energy, bring it into your heart center, your heart space, your fourth chakra. Inhale your confidence, your self-love, your self-acceptance. And exhale all your fears and doubts. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you again next time.